Okay, makers, I'm Terassah Thompson, and I'm here to show you this wonderful stitch here called the Lotus Stitch. I've also heard it called the three puff stitch, as well as the open shell stitch. It is a nice reversible pattern. It makes a great scarf, I think. Obviously a nice blanket, which is why we're here. And I can even see this in a nice hat. You know, you've seen those hat patterns that are made from squares. You go ahead and you make your square or your rectangle, seam it at the back, and then whip stitch the top, pull it tight, put a pom-pom. This would make a nice looking hat. Now this is a multiple of 6 plus 5. And I'm looking around for some scissors, which I don't have any in hand right now. So I'm just going to have to pull my yarn apart there. There we go. And we're going to get started making this lotus stitch, open shell stitch, triple puff stitch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then my plus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm going to start the second chain from the hook with a single crochet. Okay, that's my single crochet. I'm going to skip 2. In this third stitch, I'm going to complete my 3 puffs. So a triple puff cluster will go right here. And how that is made is I will yarn over my hook, go into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over again, go back into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up another loop, yarn over for the third time, going back into that same stitch, yarn over and pulling up my last loop. So this makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, I tried to catch it. I could not catch it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so 7 loops on the chain. I'm going to yarn over and pull through 6. You see how I kind of pull this down a little? Pull through 6. I'm wiggling it to get it through because this is wool yarn and my hook was getting caught. And when I go through those 6, I'll have 2 left on my hook. So I'm yarning over, drawing my loop through those last 2. Okay, that's my first puff. I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, and I'm going to create my second puff into that same stitch. Yarn over, insert my hook, draw up a loop once, yarn over, draw up a loop twice. I'm in that same stitch, yarn over for a third time, going in, yarning over, pulling up for the last time. That gives me 7 loops on my hook. I'm yarning over, I'm pulling through 6, the first 6. That leaves me with 2 on my hook. I'm yarning over, pulling through those last 2. That's 2 puffs in the same stitch. And to complete this 3 puff cluster, I'm going to chain 2, put my last puff in there, yarn over, pull up once, twice, 3 times a lady. Sorry, oh, I just could not help that. It just literally came out. Okay, yarning over, pulling through first 6. And because I frogged this yarn so much, it is a little kinky. Okay, yarn over, pulling through the last 2, and that's my 3 puff cluster. Look at that. Very nice. All right. So then what I'm going to do is making sure that I can see the stitch right next to my cluster. I need to make sure I can see it because I'm going to skip it. 1, 2, and in this third one I will create a single crochet. So how that went was second chain from the hook, I created a single crochet. I skipped 2, created my 3 puff cluster. All right, I skipped 2 after the cluster, made a single crochet. I'm going to yarn over, skip 2, create another 3 puff cluster. That's 1, 2, and 3. So that's 3 yarn overs and drawing ups of loops to give me 7 on my hook, yarning over, pulling through the first 6. Again, I'm only wiggling because my yarn is pretty frogged and it's gotten kinky over this time. And I kind of split a piece of yarn there. Yep, I did. There you go. 2 on my hook, yarn over, pull through those 2. To complete this cluster, chaining 2, 1, 2, okay. Yarning over my second cluster in the same stitch, 2 and 3. Now remember, you will have this link so that you can pause, rewind, or you can click the cog in the top right corner, you know, the 3 dots in the top right corner, go to playback speed and slow it down to like 0.75 or 0.5. Okay, so that's 7, yarn over, drill through 6, yarn over, close out. Okay, 1, 2, last cluster in the same stitch. That's once, twice. I'll spare the song 3 times, yarn over, pull through 6, and I'm only I did not make it. Try it again. 1, 2, and 3, yarn over, pull through 6. I made it. Pull through the last 2. There we go. Nice. Making sure I can see that stitch so I can skip it appropriately. If not, you're going to be off. Your row count will be off. 1, 2. Single crochet in that third. That's my single crochet. Again, skipping 2. 1, 2. In that third, another 3 puff cluster. 2, 3, pull through 6, yarn over, pull through 2, 1, 2 to close it, yarn over, second cluster, same stitch, 1, 2, 3. This is definitely a yarn eater. I tell ya, what a way to get rid of all this green yarn. Close it out, chain 2, 1, 2, last puff in the same stitch to complete my 3 puff cluster. Okay, I'm going to yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, pull through 2. All right. Making sure I can see that next stitch. 1, 2, I can see it. 1, 2, create my single crochet. Okay, all right. Now the importance of that is these single crochets between the clusters are what we're going to work our next 3 puff cluster into on the next row. Okay, and so I did my single crochet. I'm skipping 2, and in the last stitch, always at the end of the row, you will not have 3 puffs. You're going to only have 2 puffs at the end of the row each time, always. 2, 3. Don't forget your chain 2 in between. Okay, so there's my first puff, here's my chain 2, okay, and then my last puff. To close it out, you will always only have 2 puffs at the end of the row, okay? Yarning over, pulling through 6, yarn over through the last 2, okay? Chain 1. Here is our row repeat for row 2. This is going to be the row that's repeated until you get to your required length, okay, desired length, okay? So I chained 1, I turned my work, single crochet into the top of the last cluster, okay, single crochet. Now what I'm going to do is create a 3 puff cluster in all of the single crochets in between the clusters, and at top is where I will put my single crochets. Okay, so this is what that looks like, a single crocheted, right? I'm going to create my 3 puff cluster here in this single crochet. 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, okay, 1, 2, and I'm only speeding this up just because I know that you can rewind or you can slow it down. 1, 2, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. This really does go through yarn, and this looks much better in a thinner yarn, I must admit. Okay, there's my 3 puff cluster. You see how it's offset? All right, now for that usual single crochet, we're going to do a single crochet in the top of the second puff of each of these clusters. Okay, so here's my single crochet at the top, and yarn over, 3 cluster here, 1, 2, 3. Now remember when we were working, here's my second cluster, when we were working the log cabin pattern, Krista Ann mentioned considering stitches that do not create, I split the yarn, that's why you're not being happy with me, that do not create a ripple effect. I don't even remember if I did a chain 2. I did not. I could tell because it was stretched. 1, and there's my second one. Okay. So the thing about this lotus stitch is it could draw up if you are very tight, 1, 2, with your tension. You can loosen your tension and it'll flatten out. But more importantly, it'll also flatten out if you, when you start this second row, if you work into the back loops only. And when you work into the back loops only, starting on the second row, it lays much flatter. That's what I did here. This has not been blocked at all, and how I took out some of the, do I say density or girth to this stitch is, well, first of all, this is a thinner weight, and secondly, I worked into the back loops only. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So I just completed this cluster in the single crochet in between the clusters from the first row. Now I'm going to put a single crochet in the top of this cluster from the row below, which is the second cluster. I put a single crochet at the top, and when I create this cluster, I'm going to, now in this single crochet, I'm just going to complete the whole cluster, going through both legs of it. But in the single crochet, I could have done it right here. I could have shown you right here. I could have just gone into the back loop only of that on the single crochet at the top, and you see it kind of recedes back a little bit, but it also will flatten that out if you're working with a bulky yarn like I am and you want to take out some of the 3D effect that is happening here, some of the puffiness of the puffs. Okay, now again, when we get to the end, that's my second one, when we get to the end, only 2 puffs are at the end of the row. Okay, and you see my hand is working overtime. It's because my yarn is stuck on the bottom of my foot, and okay, it wasn't giving me any slack, and I was kind of doing a dance under the table. It's 1, 2, and then last cluster, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through 6, pull through the last 2. Okay, now my cluster, second cluster, single crochet at the top, I can just take that back loop. Okay, it kind of recedes it a little bit, makes that come forward a little bit, creates that nice little ridge on the front, and then in the end, like we said, we will only put 2 clusters. Okay, so a double cluster at the end, you can say it like that, a double cluster. That makes sense. Okay, 1, 2, 3, pull through 6, yarn over, still remembering to do the chain 2 even though it's just a double, and then back into the same one, then 3. Okay, pull through 6, yarn over, there. Now that is, all right, so we can tell the difference. When I did not go into the back loop, it's nice and flat, yet there's some girth. When I did just start working into the back loop, we have just a little slight little ridge here, but that also makes it lay flatter, which means it takes out some of the 3D-ness, if that's a word. It lays flatter and it makes it easier to do your single crochet setup row across the top so that you can have your border and or continue with your next crochet strip of color. Okay, and this here is the lotus stitch. I've heard it called the open shell stitch as well as the triple puff stitch.